everyone, it's Sally with the Polka Dot Life. Thank you for stopping by my channel. Today I have a fun fold card for you that will surely make you smile. And if the fun fold doesn't make you smile, then the vibrant colors surely will. I am going to be featuring the Heal Your Heart stamp set from our Sale-A-Bration brochure. Don't forget that Sale-A-Bration is our biggest party of the year and that you can earn free gifts with each $50 increment of purchasing products. And stay till the end. I have a second card to show you that features the Oso Ombre paper that is also a Sale-A-Bration item. Let's turn the camera down and get started. We are going to start today with a piece of Magenta Madness cardstock. And it is our card base and it is cut 8.5 by 5.5. And I simply scored it 2 1/8 on each end. I found it easier to flip the paper around and score it that way because the other mark we needed ends right in the hinge of our trimmer. So let's begin by taking our first side. We're just going to make sure all of our edges are laying down nicely. And let's give this a really nice crease. This is one of those cards where you're going to want to crease your edges so they are nice and crisp so that your card stays shut. And let's go ahead and bring this in. And you always, when you're doing this type of a fold where they meet in the center, you just kind of want to make sure that they actually meet in the center before you hit that crease. I have several layers cut, and so it's just a matter of layering things up for this card. It does take a little bit of time with cutting, but it's fun. I was in a little bit of a wintry doldrum blues, and I decided to use some fun colors today. So we're going to be working mostly in the Artistry Blooms set. Well, for this card, it's all in the Artistry Blooms, but when you see my other card, I did pull in another Sale-A-Bration paper with that. We are just going to simply start by layering up the layers on our fold here. And this Artistry Blooms paper is so fun because it has a lot of different colors in it to play with. I was feeling a little bit down, so I thought, let's just play with some bright, fun colors. And I think this card will definitely fit that bill. Super fun. We're going to bring our very bright cardstock in and layer these right on the front of those folds. I like Magenta Madness. I think it's nice to use it in this capacity where it's kind of broken up a little bit and it's not quite all in your face at one time. I think that that really is the trick to it. And I'm not loving the way these are lining up. So I am just going to push from the center out toward my fold to see if I can get that fixed. It's better. And you don't need to worry about your patterns in this Artistry Blooms just matching perfectly. Like, these are very different on each side. That is just part of its charm. Okay, I'm going to move this to the side for a second. And we have 2 Mango Melody layers for the front, and then I have 2 coordinating pieces from the Artistry Blooms, different papers, but they still coordinate. And I don't know why they have these so you can't flip them over and just use the same sheet of paper, but that is just the way it works. We again are going to do the same thing and just layer each piece together. And I probably will do some more of these now that I've had some cut out, but I would just go ahead and probably do quite a few of these at one time. You could, of course, vary your papers and whatever sentiment that you need for your card. You, of course, probably wouldn't want to do a sympathy card with these in-your-face colors, but then again, that just depends on the person that you are honoring. Maybe they like that. And then we have 2 layers for the inside. This mat isn't super large around these layers. Kind of like to vary it up a little bit. And I simply took a scrap. This is a 1.5 inch square, just cut from the scraps of this. I just like to have a little something in the inside, and especially for thank you cards, I don't generally like to stamp an inside greeting. There is a nice one in this set if it's applicable to that situation, if somebody has done something to help you out. But if it's for a gift or whatever, then it might not work out. We'll bring our base back in. And let's see here. I want to put my more focal point, my print that I like the most on the top, because we're going to be putting a sentiment over this one. We're just going to roughly put these together and kind of get an idea of where we want them to fall. There's a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom. And I'm just going to slide this bottom one over so that I have an idea. I'm going to keep it right up against the top here. I kind of did this one, I think I did my other card opening the other way. But I just thought it would be kind of fun to switch it up a little bit since we're switching up the colors too. But just remember, you only want adhesive on one side. And I'm worrying more about this being straight than the sides. So since this one is glued on this corner, we are going to do this one. We just know that we want to leave that gap at the top. And we'll see. If I don't like how I've reversed my openings on this card, then we'll just turn it the other way. That's the fun thing. See, we could do it this way, or we can do it this way. And either way is fine. I think I'm going to keep it like that. This is a tag from our Peaceful Moments die set. And I like this font. I just went ahead and stamped it and die cut it off camera just to save some time. I really like this thin line scripty font. I have some Magenta Madness ribbon. Since a lot of the front of our card is the Mango Melody, I thought I would use this one. And I'm just going to cut a piece off, and I am just going to take my ends and cut both ends angling upward. Going to bring in my Scotch tape again. And I'm just going to kind of flip this over, put it in the center-ish of that tag. Nothing needs to be super precise. That's one thing really nice with this Artistry Blooms is it's very creative-minded, and obviously, and so you are given a little bit more leeway of how things fall. We are going to pop this up with some dimensionals, and I want to show you, I may have shown you this before, but don't throw away these edges of your dimensionals. We refer to those as the bones, and they're just a great way. No one's going to be looking on the underside of your card. If they are, shame on them, or recruit them, sign them up. Let them be a fellow crafter with you. And I will just grab my take your pick tool and take these backings off really quickly. And we're going to, I like to, you don't need to, but I like that wiggle room, and these really stick. So I like to have that little factor of that little wiggle room. And if you're putting dimensionals on, say, embossed cardstock, you definitely want to put some glue on it because that needs a stronger bond. And I just center it there on that panel on the front. And just how quickly that thank you card came together. It's fun. Let's add our inside layer. This one takes advantage of most all of the real estate of the card. And that has a little marring on it, but it's in the paper, so I think it's just fine. If it was really nasty, I wouldn't use it, but I think it's good. Now let's finish this up a little bit with our Artistry Blooms sequins. I kind of have to, with all my bright colors here, these are the Mango Melody ones, I believe. Or these may be the Mango Melodies, and these maybe, or one's Calypso Coral. I'm not sure, but either one will work. And these, ooh, these are kind of iridescent. Let's use those. Let's use one. These are a little larger, these bigger ones, so I kind of like to weight that at the bottom. And these are also really great if you've maybe rocked your stamp a little bit, had a little ghosting, or just have a little fleck in your paper. These are a really nice way to cover that up. kind of keeping that triangle shape. But isn't this super fun? Now, I will say again, with this card type and just having made it, I will probably take my largest stamp block and just sit it on here overnight so that it straightens it out. But I think it's so happy, and I think that surely whoever opens this on a winter day will surely smile. And I just used some of that Artistry Blooms paper to decorate my envelope. Here's my other card, and I used some of the Oso Ombre paper along with some of the Artistry Bloom. I guess I used most of my Coastal Cabana and Bermuda Bay papers on another project. And this one I had a little bit extra scrap, and so I did 2 squares on that one. And it's just glued a little bit differently. And I used some of that Coastal Cabana ribbon from the I think it's from the Playing with Patterns pack here. But I just love this. This stamp set has a lot of really nice greetings, but the other greetings are probably more of a somber card, and so I probably wouldn't use these super bright colors. But actually these Oso Ombre papers are a little more subdued, and so they would make a great choice. I hope that you enjoyed this little fun fold. And like I say, if I put a block on this overnight, these are going to just lay down just fine, and they will be great for your recipient to open in the mail. As always, remember to be kind, send a card, and do something creative. Bye-bye.